Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I wanted to go over my Pre-Bis Max Ramus Week 1 Phase 7 uh, build going into Raid this week. This week I really prioritized getting 8 pieces of sanctified items uh, for the Undead Slaying tier set. So first thing I did, really prioritize getting all 3 of these, the gauntlets, the breastplate, and the bracers of undead slaying. Unfortunately, this is going to have to replace your other tier set that you've worked for in Encourage. There's no way to really make it work, but thankfully we have a way to work around that to get the important tier bonus from that set. I'll go over that in a little bit, but really prioritize getting these 3 from the invasions that have been happening since the phase launched 2 weeks ago. And the bracers, you can either purchase them or you can run Karzan to eventually stumble upon them. I think they also drop from rare spawns in the evasions. But make sure you get all 3. Very important going into Naxxramas for these early weeks. They're really going to be adding a lot of damage to your build due to how the sanctified items scale. So really, really highly prioritize getting all 3 of these. Next, you're going to be spam running Karzan to get your other sanctified items that are good for us. I managed to get all of them, so I was able to get the helm, the clasp, and the ring. There are also boots and gloves that drop from there that are plate. However, these are no good because we really need the 4-piece set from tier 2. Otherwise, it's just going to feel like shit. So don't prioritize getting those. They're nice to have just in case we replace these Wrath pieces going forward in the coming weeks. But for now, I'm pretty sure the Wrath pieces are going to sim higher. This 4-piece set bonus and the 2-piece set bonus are just so nice to have. But really prioritize getting this Ghastly ring. This thing is crazy. This necklace is very nice because it's sanctified. Unfortunately, it is a bit of a downgrade from the barbed choker, but in Nax, it's going to be doing pretty nice stuff for these early weeks at least. And the Death Helm, this thing is very nice. It has stats that are pretty much on par with the tier 2.5 helm, so you don't really feel too bad about replacing it. But make sure you get your 8 pieces of sanctified gear going into Naxxramas as soon as possible. Very important. The other most important thing, make sure you transfer your core forged tier 2 items back to Draconic. I'm going with the shoulders, the legs, the belt, and the greaves. These will give me my 4-piece to still work with. And then on top of that, we have the new item, the new enchants that were added into Phase 7, which are the tier enchants that we can put on our shoulders. Since we're losing the tier 2.5 4-piece bonus, I'm going to put Sanguinist on the shoulders. This does very nice damage going forward. It does unfortunately mean that our rotation going into these early weeks of Nax is probably not going to change. You're still going to be highly prioritizing heroic strikes and slams over everything else. Bloodthirst overpowers when you can, but you really don't want to be missing heroic strikes. That might change once you get the Dreadnought bonus, but Sanguinist is just too good to pass up, unfortunately. And that in conjunction with the 4-piece bonus from Wrath, which we're still going to be using, for the early weeks of Nax. We're just losing too much damage if we're not just slamming Heroic Strike and slamming the slam button and overpower as soon as possible. I'll be putting out another video once I get more pieces of Dreadnought and get a better feel for what will be changing. But as far as two-handed Fury goes, that's what we're going to be doing. Same exact rotation. I also have to be running Don Julio's band. I'm not sure if there's another ring that's a little bit better that also provides hit, but this is my best ring right now. It helps me get to 6% bonus hit. I was also lucky enough to pick up Cloak of Concentrated Hate from AQ40. If you guys don't have that luxury, you might want to pick up a cloak that does have hit, even if it's going to cost you a bit of stats in other departments. Just because of the way that Sanctified scales, it's just going to be way more important to have a lot of Sanctified pieces on. I'm still going to be running Speedstone. I'm pretty sure this is probably best. This in conjunction with Ghastly Ring feels so nice to just be attacking so much more often. The only other thing is Sealed Dawn. I'm fairly positive in boss fights, at least. We're still going to be running Diamond Flask. This will change once we get access to some of the next Ramus trinkets. I'll be putting out a video on this a little bit later, letting you guys know what I'm going to be aiming for. But in general, right now, I would be aiming for tier pieces that add Sanctified to any pieces of gear that you do not have. So I believe you're going to be wanting to replace these Wrath pieces as soon as possible, and maybe picking up the tier ring ASAP from Kel'Thuzad, because that would be very nice to have. But still running Speedstone, still running Diamond Flask until I can pick up a different trinket. And like I said, I'll put out a video on what I'll be aiming for this coming week. Last thing before I end the video is enchants. If you have the time and you want to, enchant the helm, the legs, and your shoulders with your Zul'Gurub stuff. I didn't get the time to do this, unfortunately. I've been lazy. But that will help you out, or save them for whenever you replace them with Dreadnought gear. On top of that, the new gloves enchant that Warriors got was plus 15 strength. I think that this probably is better than the 1% attack speed bonus. I'm not entirely positive, but I think. So it's not too expensive. I would go ahead and put it on your gloves whenever you get the chance. And then the other important thing, if you guys aren't in like a top tier guild that parses really fast and kills bosses super quickly, and sometimes has hiccups on threat generation, definitely look towards putting the subtlety enchant on your cloak instead of the like +5 agility or +3 agility to it. This will help you kind of help your tanks out, first of all, but are also going to help you out a lot by not pumping your threat up and potentially pulling off the tanks, and then you die, and then your parts looks like trash anyway. Other than that, your enchants are going to look exactly the same. Crusader on your two-hander, +9 strength to your bracers, and yeah. I just wanted to get this video out there on this first week. This is what I'm going to be going into next with. But yeah, please, guys, leave comments down below letting me know what you guys are going in there with. Any suggestions on builds going forward, what items you're prioritizing in Nax, so on and so forth. I also thought about doing Warcaster on the shoulders. However, I think the rage drops potentially are just too much of an ask, even for the massive amount of stats that gives you. But feel free to play around with it. It feels nice out in the world with your tier 2.5 bonus set going forward, but in Nax, I just don't think it's going to be worthwhile. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video helped. I'll catch you guys later.